because they love the idea, they love what it is. We are 21st century women, that's why we're here, but the dynamic of what it means to be that kind of a woman sometimes is contentious, you know, a perspective or aspect for that matter. Now, like I said, if you're joining us right now, we have content creators Brandy Mora and Melanin King here in studio. And just before we went on a break, Melanin King had given us his perspective on the quote-unquote 21st century woman. Yeah. Brandy, would you reply to what he mentioned on the same?
Yeah. I'm not going to say, okay, we have the same idea on a 21st century woman, but you said something about you'd rather it look like the past, where a man could, you know, have his own house and then like the way the homestead used to be, then the little houses with the like 7 different wives. And then
the traditional bit of how society was back then. So
you'd rather that a man have 7 choices, many choices, but a woman, oh no, a choice, a woman, oh no, that can't be. Is that what you'd rather? Because that's what you were describing. You were saying a woman cannot be receiving from so many people, but I, as the man, I can be giving to 4 different wives. So what you're describing is a woman in captive, a woman whose only choice is one. That's what you're describing, because you have the right, oh, if I feel like wife number A is not, I don't want to see her today, I can see wife number B. But you know what? Wife number A and wife number B, whether they like it or not, they are seeing me. That's what you'd rather?
You know, when we were created for the believers,
please, can we be objective?
The first person who was created was a man. And then God saw man was
and gave him one woman.
And gave him,
okay. Mambo mingi mmeleta wenyewe. Munataka Christianity na traditionalist. Pick a side bena.
So skiza kwanza, give me a second. Okay. So God saw that a man was lonely and gave him a woman. A man was lonely and gave him a woman. So this is what I'm trying to say. Man was given so much power initially. And that's why I'm saying they have to have these choices they're actually having. Because from the beginning, they have been given...
When do you draw the line from abusing power? Yeah. Because you see, where both sexes, male and female, quote unquote, have this, not even quote unquote, like the losing end of it, and this is not, you know, a novice conversation, is that men have an idea, then women want to fight back. And then when women fight back, men want to fight back. You see, so it's a tangle. It's a push. It's a back and forth perspective. So when would you define that as abuse of power? And what do you define as respect now? What would you define as?
So defining respect is where...
And don't forget the abuse of power. The abuse of power,
yeah. So me defining respect in my own way is basically my woman, first of all, listening to what I am telling her. And doing in accordance to basically what I'm telling her. I find that to be respectful. The fact that you can listen and do what I'm actually saying, it means you are actually respecting me. And that also means, you know, they usually say when 2 or 3, when they work together, it means they're actually in agreement, and that means there's actually respect between the two. So that is respect for me. When you can be able to listen to me and follow up what I am saying, or rather what we agreed. If we had a discussion together and you actually follow up with what we discussed and came to an agreement, that's what I call respect. Now, when you talk about abuse of power, so you also talked about double standards, and I'm going to put this together because you said men want certain things to happen, and then when it comes to women,
they'd rather not.
They'd rather not.
I'm such a man.
So I don't feel like there's abuse of power from my end where I sit as a man when I talk about having the choices, because I feel like it's how the society is, it's how I'm conditioned as a person.
We are not here as a society.
Yeah, it's how I'm conditioned as a person. It's how I'm conditioned as a person that, you know, I am a man, and being a man, I can have a choice. So I've actually grown with that. And tuambiane tu ukweli, zile vitu zenye tumegrown as the environment, the surrounding we've grown with, that's what brings us to be who we really are. The people around us, the community around us, and all that is what makes, or rather molds me into the person I am.
So what Brandy is asking you, what's your definition of all that? What is according to what is marriage? Because you see, it's beautiful that we have a man here, you, and you're a younger man.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not yet committed to
Yeah.
someone, you don't have a significant other. So if you're to get into it, what would you define it as? What did you see in your example of women, for that matter, that you say, okay, I want this and I don't want this? You know, and you can tell the difference with healthy and unhealthy, or toxic and not toxic.
I'll still describe that with what I want in my marriage when I get married. So me as a man, what I expect or what I want is basically a woman who will submit, number one. And then number two, I feel like I need help in certain things that I cannot be able to do them for myself. Can I really do them? Yes, but now I feel like maybe life has become, life is actually lifing. So that means kuna vitu zingine kidogo naona ni tricky, not that I can't do them. Like I can't cook for myself, I can't wash clothes for myself. But the fact that the other things I'm also doing, I feel like I need somebody to come in where they can also help me with that. So here I am, I'm going to protect them, I'm going to provide for them, and what I want them to do in return is basically perform certain duties of a woman, of a wife, that I expect them to do.
All right, Brandy, I want us to segue a bit into a whole, you know, different angle because of time. Let's take a look at now what we've always, you know, people have always said and we've always seen about women not being the best, you know, to each other. You know, there's the support that we usually say, the camaraderie, but not necessarily that we find it all the time. Now, when it comes to relationships, sometimes you find that you introduce your friend to your boyfriend or your partner, and then your friend wants your partner because just you have them. So there's that catty thing, you know, amongst women, which does not foster the progress at the end of the day. What do you think about that?
Before I answer that, I want to ask you something, melanin thing. Amesema, as a man, I'm conditioned by this, who's this society? But anyway, this society is conditioning him to believe that he is a man, so he has a choice. And as a woman, don't I have a choice? Isn't that abuse of power? Ama, what? You didn't even answer what abuse of power is.
I told you that I don't think that's abuse of power. Because
when you have a choice and you are saying, as a woman, I can't have a choice, that is not abuse of power.
I'm actually not saying you should not have a choice. The thing is, according to even your own personality,
according to
how do you feel in
na
terms of morals?
Okay, and then you were saying you are a good woman.
What do you mean morals?
Like, as a woman, okay, nimesema conditioned, right? And again, now I'm talking about morals. Where kama mwanamke, how do you feel having different men?
And you as a man, how do you feel everywhere? You are everywhere too. And on correct, nilikuwa niseme kwanza kabla, before even, sorry, I'm going to answer that question. You're telling us you want a woman who submits. Why would, even, I also want to say, Ama, you think I want to be making these decisions by myself? I'd rather not. But there's no way I'd be listening to a man and submitting to a, you have to be a leader. You have to have leadership qualities, good decision-making skills. See, to make decision, a very selfish decision like I want a second wife and I don't care what you have to say because I'm a man, I get a choice. And because I'm supposed to be submissive, let me throw my principles there. Let me say, my man said, my man, man.
The thing also you're not looking at is I could be having all these choices, but I'm able to treat all of you equally.
In fact, men
Okay,
let me answer the
lady
question.
and gentlemen, yes, as you're answering that now, I even feel like we may have to like move it a bit, you know, so I say this. Thing is, there are very many things out there when we are looking at this conversation. The reason why it triggers people is because it's not just that you're having side things. There's a lot that happens. People could get pregnant, people could get you know, STIs, STDs. There are a whole lot of things, you know, inside it. So that means if you wouldn't want your woman, that means you're also susceptible, or you're bringing it home, or she's bringing it home. You know, both of you are in this tango, and no one is helping the other. So when does the power meet and then there's a semblance of sanity? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so, and I think that's what Brandy is up in arms about. Like, what is that? How do you define that? Because there's what your society expects as a man, which can be unhealthy or healthy. Same as a woman, unhealthy or healthy. So,
Unajua Remy, let me tell you, people get bored with each other. sindio? In relationships. People usually get
Lakini
bored.
udema boiki na wewe tu ndo
No,
unaboeka.
hata anaweza boeka na mimi pia anaweza boeka.
So your decision, ukiboeka you decide to go somewhere else. Na akiboeka siende somewhere else. Hiyo ndio mutual respect. Ama tu kusema mutual respect.
We talked about mutual respect,
okay,
yeah.
okay, sawa. If it's there, then that's what you're doing.
So yeah, so mtu boeka, like it gets to a point where you feel like you're bored with the relationship. The person doesn't really bore you, but you're just bored with the fact that you're in this commitment thing. And this is what leads you to probably wanting to have somebody else to supplement whatever is already there. So women tend to be so much in control of how they feel, and that is something commendable, beautiful. I love it. But here is the challenge for a man, and sikupenda kwetu, to be honest.
Tafteni EQ, mwache kublame society.
Hold on, Brandy.
I'm not blaming society. I'm blaming myself. I'm blaming myself. The fact that it becomes so hard to control myself sometimes.
What do you mean?
Ana EQ, hiyo ndio anasema.
Wait.
Anasema women know how to control the emotions, but men ndio hiyo.
What do you mean control? Like the baser nature?
Unajua, yeah, basically something like that. You know, the thing is, when I'm bored as a man, to walk out or to look for something else, usually it's very easy, because by the time you think about something deeper, you've already done it, and then later on you come to your senses.
So it means that either women like that or men like that have no business being in relationships.
Amen. Praise.
Right? When you are at that point, because you see, when we're saying 21st century, when we speak about empowerment, that means we're also having the 21st century men. We have the same, which we will speak about, right? So if we have the boredom thing happening, and it's maybe what I'm getting from you, it's a character that cannot be changed, then no one has a business.
Literally.
No one has business being in relationships.
Literally.
No, that's why we're bringing up, in this 21st century, we are bringing up things like spicing up a relationship, because, you know,
by cheating, by
not really cheating, you could bring in somebody else in.
All right, okay.
Okay.
All right, Brandy, because we will not, get out of this part.
Sure, actually.
Yes.
Sorry.
Tell me about what I had asked you earlier about the relationships between, female friendships that go left.
That's why that is, it happens. I don't know why women wanted. I don't know why that's a thing. Honestly, can't explain. I think it's because we are exposed to incompetent men. Like vile alikuwa anasema, his words, not mine. We're exposed to incompetent men hivyo sana, and then this woman comes bragging, oh, my man is all that. He's not incompetent, 100% everything. I beg. That person is gonna want that, which is not nice for that other girl to want. Wait after yako, but I don't know. There's no justification, but I think that's what goes on in their brains.
Got you.
Yeah.
So have you encountered a scenario like that? Maybe you've had, your girl, and then her friend, and then her friend wants you, but
only because.
Yeah, but because you're with her friend.
That has not happened to me, but yeah, me wanting their friend, yeah.
What do you mean? What is that? You wanting what? Like
wanting their friend, like not their friend wanting me,
God.
but yeah, like me wanting their friend, yeah.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
You wanting the friend of this girl.
Yeah.
Because she liked you first, or?
The thing is, I felt some type of way about them, the energy, the charisma, and yeah, the vibe. So yeah, that was the thing.
Like I was also story wanting other people. It's not about being a man or a woman. It's about being a bad person. Oh. You're just a bad person. Even if you're a woman who wants your friend's boyfriend or husband, you're a bad person. If you're a man and you want your girlfriend's friend, you're just a bad person. There's no justification.
Tell me why I wouldn't want your friend if I've seen you hang out around with them and I see them do things.
Are you not committed to?
I'm committed to you, yes, but I can see them, the way they're doing things is probably maybe better than how you do them. And
it's
maybe
okay.
I've even tried talking to you about it and you don't change.
Wait,
but I can see your friend
if it's who you are,
what is happening?
But if you want them,
what is happening?
Now let's say ume talk about it and now if you choose to be selfish, hakuna kitu tutafanya.
And Remmy again.
Kitu tutu tutafanya ni tuta move on to end.
So if you're
and that's what an empowered woman should do.
So if you're in that situation and you have your girlfriend's friend hitting on you, you'd be okay. You'd be good.
And okay, hey, that's a good one. But to be honest, I think I would be.
You'd be okay. Why?
Like I've already given you the reasons. Nimekwambia kama udem na feel there's energy, there's vibes and nini, and probably they're proving themselves to be better. Yeah, you know, and there's mutual interest. You know, because like, and then I find myself getting attracted to them, maybe because of the reasons I've told you. Then I don't find that a problem to be with them as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I have so much going on in my mind. You wouldn't prefer leaving this other friend, this other lady, your girlfriend, and then just being with the one you want, as opposed to doing it hidden.
But that's unaweza mwacha tu.
Yeah, basically, unajua tuambieni ukweli kwa ground, this is what happens. Na tuna witness, and that's what happens. Like you can be interested in the friend to your girlfriend, and for certain reasons, and you end up being together. We see that happen a lot, even online. We see that. Yeah. And so I'm saying personally, there has to be reasons why I would choose them over you, and I've given the reasons why I would actually choose them. If they prove to be better than, and probably you've already had this discussion, na kuna vitu nimekwambia change, and you're not changing, and your friend is actually proving to be that perfect match that I want you to be, then I would quickly jump onto this other side and move on and leave.
And that's okay, Melanin King, but our question is, if the mutual respect nye tuliongelelea mwanzo wa relationship still exists, see, hiyo time unaongelesha umanzi ukimwambia, oh, I want you to be more like this, like that, akishindwa, so just say, Aki, this relationship can't work, and then now go for the friend.
And again, in Sawa, it's okay, I get that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that. But at the same time, Pia, we all know our men. Like, unajua mtu wako. Sasa, why are you exposing them to your friends?
Okay, Brandy, before I go back to him, does this foster at the end of the day? Like I said, you're all relatively young. You're adults, but relatively young. Does that foster mistrust? Because if you are, for example, let's take now you are the friend, who liked him kando, and then you develop feelings, you started going out with him. Would you at the back of your mind think that it can happen to you, that he would do the same thing with now your friend?
Actually, me, I believe that karma ni mtu hapumzikange. So if you did it to someone, trust you me, it will be doubled up and given back to you. So me, honestly, I believe that everything I do, whether good or bad to people, it will come back to you. Yeah.
But sometimes life is not a Nigerian movie, so it might never come back to you, actually.
But
you might end up happily ever after.
All right.
Okay, so, you know, you believe.
As a man, don't you think that would foster mistrust? Because you would look at her as someone you got just from, you know, literally around the corner from your girlfriend. She's a friend. And then, you know, she would also not trust you, and maybe you'd also not trust her. You think maybe she'd do the same thing with someone. That would not be in your mind?
At first, when it's starting, of course, not really. But I think over time, maybe, to be honest, over time, probably I'll think like, probably if they are introduced to any of my other friends, they might also still do the same thing. But again, you know, something to do with the trust is earned. So if other
There's a man who's just lost the trust.
Trust is earned. So initially I could have lost the trust. Nafikiria, maybe anaweza fanya hivi. But over time anaweza prove herself. Alafu tuendelee tu na tukue fit.
Okay. Kiasi sikuwa nimejibu poa. Also, if you got a man, like this man was with someone else, and then he had to cheat on that woman with you to get you, alafu wakachana. Maybe they wakachana, now he's your man. Kwani unadhani uko special? Sioni character yake. He will still cheat on with another woman and might prefer the other woman. Like, kama ni character yake, hata ukwe, like, who do you think you are to change? What if your friend is actually
my soulmate? Like, I was with you, but your friend is actually my soulmate.
I promise you, your soulmate will not come through weird behaviors. Oh, really? There's no way somebody sent from the universe or the heavens will come such through funny
because we need to wind up. Is it a matter of working hard? Because it doesn't seem, that doesn't have effort. You know, is it a matter of, you know, working hard? Is that the problem?
Working hard in terms of like performing.
No. Like just get it. Okay, we just went there.
Okay.
I mean, working hard in terms of getting someone a partner. I mean, this is literally
the whole process.
Yeah, the whole process. Yeah, because I mean, you just had someone to like you. You know, are you the kind of man who you'd want to go through the process, or just, you know, a lady?
I have said this before here on TV, and I'm repeating again. I'm that person. I said I could meet you up today and take you to my mom tomorrow. Because I believe energies don't lie and instincts also never lie.
Say that someone karma doesn't even work. Do you think karma is not an energy?
All right,
guys, don't lie.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And I've not even found any conclusions from you. 2 seconds.
Tutarudi next Wednesday.
Conclusion.
Yeah.
Hapo ndio unataka tumalizie hapo.
Yeah, tutafik it up because we need another 1 hour to conclude again.
All right. Okay, then. There you have it. Like I mentioned, I think I just gave a warning at the beginning of this conversation that it is something that really, you know, irks people in different ways because people have different perspective of the 21st century woman. And under the title, so many things fall under. We can stay here till tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your feedback. I've been seeing them there on the screen. We appreciate you so much for your perspectives. And remember, every Wednesday we handle matters of the heart. It's Relationship Wednesday. Our guests today have been Brandy Mora. She's a content creator, and also we've had Melanin King, who is also a content creator. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Mr. DJ Lucky. When it comes to playing the best music videos, we've got you covered. K24 TV Mix Master. When it comes to a lineup of all the fresh DJs, we've got that too. Yeah! Check this out. Caribbean. Controversy starts from the t-shirt reader. Afrobeat. Our famous and infamous Kenyan jazz.
By the way, let me tell you my
and all the hits from across the globe.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
This is the Beat Box. Monday to Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. only on K24.
Step into a world of emotions. Relationships.
Kumbe mama, ulikuwa unafikiria kuolewa tena? Yini unijaleta kidogo, wewe ni mbaya.
Dilemmas and complexities of life.
Mwanamke hamhitaji mwanaume ili aweze kuwa na furaha.
Love.
Vedika, kiukweli mimi nakupenda sana wewe.